There we go. Had to find the unmute. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the brand new year. How's everyone doing? 2023. If you add 2021, 2022, and 2023 together, you get 666. So we all know that this year is going to be fucking hell.
Wait a second. What's wrong with 666?
No. Like, seriously, if you take 2021, 2022, and 2023 and shove it in an addition equation, it comes out to be 666. You can't lie to me that the new year is the devil.
Mifune,
You can't.
what the fuck have you done? What what happened to our old stuff, man?
This is the Theta Bar.
Are we at a
Welcome.
bar?
Yes, we are.
What the fuck?
We are at the Theta Bar. It is still in construction, but we're in early access for it.
I ain't gonna lie, buddy. This looks pretty good.
Yeah, it took some time to make, and we went all out with the new year. Things are
Yeah,
going
it's
great.
that's the thing, right? Like this is our first show of 2023, and it's our first show after Christmas too, after like the holidays. I hope that everybody did have a good holiday season. Um, I got some pretty cool stuff for Christmas. What did you get, Mifune?
So I can actually show you one of the gifts I got for Christmas here.
Oh, dude, if it's a sex toy, you can't. That's Twitch TOS. We can't do that.
So I dabble
Oh
in
my god,
VR
it is
gaming.
a sex toy.
No, I dabble in VR gaming, as some people in Goons know. And
Yeah,
one
is
of
it
the
that hentai sex VR gaming?
no, one of the fun things that I like to play in VR is a lot of VR shooters, and so I got a gun stock with my controllers in it for when I am playing my VR shooters. So I got that for Christmas, which is really fucking sweet. And then if you look behind me at the,
Wait a second. Wait a second, Mifune. How is that fucking useful in real life?
it's not.
All right.
Um,
Okay.
all the way back at my desk, I got the Eve ship models, the ones that are being discontinued. So I got three of those. I got the Oracle, the Tristan, and the Magnate. So those are really cool. It's really cool to know that they're not available anymore. So I got that kind of stuff, and it's pretty sick.
Wait, what do you mean it's cool to know that they're not available anymore? So like I have
Well,
some and you don't, haha.
no,
Don't
like
you think everyone should have some?
future generations of Eve, man, like they're gonna come in here and they're gonna be like, "Those are really cool. Where can I get them?" And I'm gonna be like, "Man,
Wait, you're gonna have fucking
sadly you
children in your
can't."
bedroom?
Greg,
Future generations of Eve?
why?
What the fuck, bud? Anyways, yeah, I got practical stuff, man. Like like a pair of slippers. I got a new jean jacket. I got a new pocket knife, man. This little fucking buck. It's a nice little knife because my old one was getting kind of old, but it's sharp as fuck. I've already cut myself once with it.
That's not
So
bad, not bad.
yeah, do you got a pocket knife, Bufune?
I used to. I
Yeah,
used
you
to.
should always have a pocket knife with you in case you have to like cut yourself out of restraints or something.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Like when the thing is, I find it weird that so many people carry like knives and stuff with them nowadays. And then you go watch a movie and some guy gets kidnapped and he's always got to use some like unconventional thing to gnaw at the fucking rope. And it's like, bro, where's your pocket knife? Like,
Or if
eh,
you had a pet rat. What if you had a pet rat, right?
everybody
They
has.
get
Well, if you have the pet rat, you would have to like sprinkle cheese or something on the rope first. I
no,
mean,
no, your pet rat's your buddy, so he'd be like, "Hey, I'll fucking don't worry, I'll take care of these ropes for you."
no, Game is right. Why don't you have four box cutters and a lighter with you at all times, man? You never know when you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be tied to shit behind a chair with a giant freaking rope around you, like in the movies, and you're gonna have to pull it out of your back pocket and start sawing at the thing. Like, come
Well,
on.
if you're an adult male and you fucking can't be counted on to carry a fucking pocket knife and a fucking pen on you at all times, then you should maybe turn in your adult male card.
That is true. Or a
So,
couple of pens in case you need to make Kyber or something.
What?
Somebody in the chat goes, or at least a couple of pens in case you need to make Guyver something. I'm
That's
like,
true,
dude,
man.
that is so true. Like, it's ridiculous how much
A,
stuff you can
a
do with
paper
that.
clip. Paper clips are always
Paperclip.
handy, right?
And we also have a level 1 hype train. Thank you guys for that. That's
A level
amazing.
1 hype train. Holy fuck.
Yeah, right? It's great.
This is pretty cool. Thank you very much.
All right.
So
Well,
yeah, 2023, new year and new me. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm not grooming my beard anymore. I'm letting the puppy take care of my beard grooming. So that's my one of my New Year's resolutions. I don't brush it or anything. I just every time like I feel it like it needs some grooming. I just like go down to Sally and let her fucking lick it and chew on it and shit. Actually, I'm just kidding, but that's what she does. She does lick and chew and try to eat my beard, which is kind of cool, I guess.
well,
What
first of
about
all,
you,
thank you.
Mifune?
Thank for the bits. Thank you for the bits, Tombstone.
Oh, dude,
And someone
thank you.
got a random sub, so congratulations on that one.
Also very nice.
Which is
Oh yeah,
fantastic.
I don't know if anybody noticed, but I'm sitting on a throne tonight because I've named myself the king of INN.
What about the King of Druidia? I mean, like, come
No,
on.
I've taken over INN.
No,
I
this
am
is
now the king of the Imperium News Network.
come on. It's
All
got to be like
fucking bow before me.
no, it's got to be like Spaceballs, and it's got to be like Spaceballs and like President Scroob, and you know you're the King of Druidia, and you're starting to lose all your air because someone's fucking stealing your oxygen.
Not everything's a movie quote, Mifune.
Everything is a movie quote if you make it one. Um,
Yeah, you got a point there. We
so
have well, what else did we have here? Hang on.
we have Eve. Eve in
No, not yet.
2023.
Wait. I had more stuff.
Ah,
Yeah, so it's the first Theta Thursday. Also, what did I say? It said something. Oh, big news! The big news is Theta Thursday. We're branching off into this year and coming in 2023 into some spoken word art. You can expect that in the future weeks. We'll also be doing some pop culture topics, like maybe we'll have a fucking Spaceballs show. Why not?
that would be funny.
Yeah, whatever we want to do, right? Like the world's our oyster, Mifune.
Damn right.
Do you eat a lot of oysters, Mifune?
I used to eat a lot of oysters. There in my hometown, there used to be an oyster bar that we used to go to, and yeah, you'd pay like 15 buckets or $15 for a buffet of oysters at the bar. It was really nice.
Yeah, I don't mind oysters. All right.
I prefer calamari though. Like I don't like a lot of seafood, but when it does come to seafood, I could chow down on calamari all day.
Yeah, you see, I knew it, man. You're a weeb,
Why?
right?
Calamari's good.
Yeah, I know. Well, the fucking Japanese and their fucking their pornography with the tentacles and stuff, right?
What? Craig,
Yeah, so you're a weeb.
this fixation you have. Anyway, Eve Online in 2023.
Wait a second. Eve Online in 20. This game's still going?
That's honestly what I said. You know, they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have a couple of announcements in Q1 of 2023," and I'm sitting here thinking, is the announcement going to be that the servers are shutting down and the game's ending? Like, is my misery finally over? Is this game finally fucking dead and I can go get...
Come on! This game is a lot of fun still, man. We've been doing some good stuff. Hey, look, I was going to ask you what you've been doing in Eve, but I know what you've been doing in Eve. You've been...
Well, the viewers may not.
Every time I look at my ping, right, my thing goes bling bling. I don't even have to look now. It's a fucking Mifune fleet. He's going to fucking kick somebody's ass. And you've been...
Right.
Are you drinking beer, Mifune?
Yes. I am
All right.
celebrating the DC vacation that I leave for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Anyways, so you've been having some success in your your burgeoning FC career, Mifune. Care to discuss any of that with the viewers, or is it OPSEC?
No, I can definitely discuss. So the thing is that the entire galaxy is practically in a peacetime state right now, where there's no major wars going on. I think I think that when it comes to the game's perspective, everybody is just kind of still in the post World War B state where, you know, we blew everybody, all sides blew a lot of money on World War B. And
Wait, hang on. I wasn't really listening. You said something about blowing things? What?
God damn it, Greg. Well, the thing is that everybody needs to get their ISK up, right? Like in all history of EVE Online, after a war, you go home and you make your ISK and you get ready for the next war, right? So the thing is that I don't think we've quite seen a situation that we do now as far as wars and content in EVE Online, because people spent so much money during the last war that it's going to take a while to get that ISK back up. So everybody's at home, everybody's crabbing, everybody's kind of sticking to their guns. You know, you have people like Mist coming here to delve for fun fleets, or as much fun as he can have sitting in an ESS for 2 hours.
Yeah, what's that all about, man? Is he a coward?
I don't think it's necessarily a coward. And the thing is that every FC in the universe out there is going to claim, oh, blob, oh, good fights, oh, this, oh, that. When in reality, it is just a matter of favorable, what we call favorable engagements and playing on your own terms. Right? When, as an FC, when you want these little fun fights to happen, you want them to happen on your terms. Right? Not on the other guy's terms, because then that gives them the leg up. So, and that's the kind of thing with Mist, right? Is that he goes into the ESS because he knows that if we follow, then he has the grid control. He has that favorable advantage if we go in there. Whereas if he comes to us on a gate, it's the opposite, right? And that's kind of all it is, right? It's a lot less about what doctrines you're taking out or what counters what. It doesn't matter. And I think we proved that a couple of weeks ago when we fought Mist and Kestrels. It doesn't matter what you're fighting for in these fun type of fleets. It matters about favorable engagement. And that's what Mist
Fights,
does.
man. Good fights, right? Like that's
Good
what
fights.
when I go on a fleet, like I want a good fight, or I want an objective,
Right.
right?
Right, exactly. And so that's kind of what I've been doing as well, right? I've been pretty much every day when I log on, I'm instantly looking at the resources I have available to me, you know, seeing if there's a wormhole to horde space or a wormhole to frat space or something like that. And then we will just go, Sanrier created this beautiful peacetime doctrine that we call Full Send Fleet. And its only purpose is that there's no anchor, there's no boosts, there's no logi, there's nothing, just DPS. And you just go in at it. You pick a target and you overheat your guns until you're dead. So we've been doing that. We've been getting really, really good ISK engagements. You disappeared there for a minute, Greg. I think you've vaped into the shadows. So we've just been going at it, like, because we're not like Mist. At least I'm not like Mist. While I will do something like favorable engagements when it comes
I'm a lot like Mist. Not in the EVE Online sense, but like we're a lot alike. Right. I don't know. I've never met Mist. I don't know who the hell he is, really. So, except I've seen him in space, but I'd like to think that we're a lot alike. I think we probably have the same taste in music and such.
See, the big difference between people like Mist and FCs that we have here in the Imperium is that when it comes to peacetime, we just don't give a fuck, right? I'm not going to waste my members' time sitting in an ESS for 2 hours waiting for a favorable fight. I'm just going to go in there and kill as many valuable targets as I can before we all whelp. And then at the end of it, we still end up coming at the top of the ISK war, right? Because
now, Mifune, listen. So you've been taking out a lot of fleets, right? Now, who else? Is there any like new and upcoming skirmish commanders that like we can give shout outs to that have
There,
been?
there's a few. So
I see a ping from this. What's this? Asher. Ash. Oh, it's Asher. Oh,
yeah,
forget it.
Asher's taking out a gate camp fleet at the moment. So Whiskey is another skirmish commander that you've seen gone out there a lot. He does a lot of ESS content, and while Whiskey is really really great at what he does, right? The real shining moment is what he can do in a strategic setting, because sometimes you'll see a lot of times when you've been a skirmish commander for so long and stuff within goons, there starts to become kind of like a discourse. There is a group of FCs that are really really good at one thing, like ESS roams, and during peacetime they'll go absolutely ham. They'll take out 80 fleets a month. They'll get some good fights. They'll have a great time, and then the second that war happens, these FCs just disappear, right? And then you also have the other side of the spectrum of FCs like John Hartley, Keish, that will appear for wartime and then disappear during peacetime. And it all depends on who you are. And to me, what makes a good FC is someone who's there for both.
I don't think that's true, though. I don't think Cash fucking John Hartley disappeared for, but maybe after the war, John did, because like he might have been a little burned out. But I mean, like John was fucking giving her prior to the war, right?
No,
like,
yeah, but like
all the fucking save fleets was like,
but you don't see
out with harpies and jacks.
You don't see John Hartley doing anything outside of that strategic.
No, he's been fucking pinging fleets lately. I've seen a couple of John fleets.
But they're all strategic, Greg. They aren't at peacetime. Let's go have fun and have a couple brews. It's always, quick, John, op one flycatchers. Or quick, Eagles on John, we got stuff to do, right? It's always that strategic thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with either of the spectrum. But the point I'm getting to is that in present day, it's really hard to tell what kind of Imperium FCs are going to grow during that next war period, and which ones are going to take a step back after peacetime ends, right? If that makes sense. So it's really hard to tell. Yeah. But as far as like up and coming FCs, I mean, we got Whiskey doing the filaments. We have Kraken Sig, which is doing some beautiful work taking care of Mohist Alliance, to the point where Mohist had to leave NPC Delve and go somewhere else, which is really fucking funny. You got a lot of interesting things going on, like little tiny things, but things are happening.
Yeah. That I know I've been enjoying a little bit of Pochfin lately. Not so much like the last week or so. I've been playing a new game, Fune. It's called Mountain Blade Bannerlord 2.
I've heard of it.
It's fucking good, man. You get to like marry a lady and have children with her.
I bet you like that one, Greg, don't you?
I do, man. The act is the most fun. No, actually, they don't have like, that's not like, they don't spend time on that. Like, you just have to be in the same town as her, and she magically gets pregnant. Like, right. You don't have to buy her a drink.
It's kind of like The Sims.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I never really played The Sims.
So yeah, no. Pochfin is a really interesting topic, since in between our last show and the new year, Pochfin actually got nerfed by CCP.
Yeah, we got fucked, Mifune. You know why, right?
I personally agree with the fact that Pochfin needed to be nerfed. Right.
The fucking problem is, dude, is that they fucking didn't nerf it until we got there and started making the Iskies.
That is fair.
The only reason
I will say it's ironic that everybody said during the war, CCP's on the goon side. Oh my god, all of the CCP alts are in goons. And then
But who the fuck said that?
Pappy throughout the whole fucking war. And then
What? Where?
all the time, like during the 1DQ fight, they were
Pappy?
calling out the PGL and Billy were all calling out CCP for not fucking over a 1DQ, whatever. But what's really really funny is that the second goons go to Posh to make money, and CCP goes, "Hey, guess what? Take a big fat nerf."
Oh, Fat Bob Records, he's given Dr. TNT a shout out, and I will concur. Good FC Fun Fleets.
Fun fleets, he just doesn't. He needs to do more. He needs to do more fleets more often.
So yeah, Potch, and then I know a lot of people have been doing mining in Delve, and we have our super capital umbrella is back up and running, and I think they've been doing some pretty good saves.
Beehive's been doing really well for as Beehive has been doing really effective. I just feel like we need to do it more often, right? Like I feel like if Beehive was more a every night kind of deal, that would be great. The only downside to Beehive is that the only people doing it are the Capital Commanders, for obvious reasons. But Beehive is doing real good. Everyone's out there making ISK. People are having their fun skirmishes here and there. And what's really interesting is that people are starting, people's blood are starting to boil for the good fights. Like, I think it is getting to a point where a lot of line members out there are starting to get sick of doing abyssals, getting sick of their crab beacons, getting sick of mining in their works. They want to go do something. And so hopefully with the upcoming changes we see this quarter, which I guess is a good segue, hopefully these kinds of changes will promote more fighting.
Can we have a wipe, like when we do a segue? Like, do you know how to do like a fucking star wipe or something?
The bar is working on the wipe, but here's our current wipe and our TV that we're putting on the bar front while we wait for the mounting guy. Said that he was going to be late by a couple hours, so he said, nah, just do it next week, bro. And so he's going to come in through the week. The guy that's supposed to mount the TV to the fucking wall.
Oh, how's somebody supposed to see that?
He skimped out on us, and now I got to put this shit TV on the bar.
I thought the mounting guy meant something different.
Yeah, of course, Greg.
Anyways, how is somebody supposed to see that? Can't we make that like real fucking big?
This is as big as I was able to make it for the time.
What about the bottom right hand corner of the screen?
This is as much as we can do for the TV at the moment. Blame the guy that was supposed to hang the TV. Anyway, so we do got a bit of a timeline for what CCP is planning to do here in 2023. And honestly, I just gotta say, overall, thank you, CCP. You finally for finally listening and giving us a goddamn roadmap.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a roadmap.
Like, I mean, it's better than what we had.
Yeah, all right, I'll give you that.
It is better than what we had. So, while the TV might be tiny, let's talk a little bit. So, quarter one, which is this quarter, one of the first changes that are going to be made is we're going to be getting direct enlistment, which is the change that will allow us to join faction warfare without leaving our alliances.
Apparently, we're getting... Somebody just messaged and said that nobody can hear anything.
OBS looks fine. Can anyone else in the chat hear us? Okay, it's fine. All right. It might just be a few people's headsets or something.
All right. Yeah. So direct enlistment. Okay. First of all, I don't know what faction warfare is because I don't play PvE, but I've heard people are really excited over this, and the people that were doing faction warfare, if I get this right, they were already into the new faction warfare changes, and so now like we have a chance to do it, right?
Yes. So, basically the reason that they delayed, yeah, I always need balancing because I move around my bedroom and then my mic is at various, I always need balancing with my mic, but because I move around a lot, ADHD fun stuff. Anyway, so the thing is that the reason that they did not do direct enlistment last year was because they wanted to prevent the rush of nullsec players into faction warfare, right? Because we all know the second that this change happens, a lot of people in nullsec are going to try out faction warfare.
Not me.
A lot, well, maybe not you, but a lot of people are. And so to prevent that rush of people, they delayed the direct enlistment so that the people that already play faction warfare can get a chance to feel out and enjoy the new system for
All right, that's
themselves.
fair enough,
Right?
because they've been doing it, right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
no,
give them
they've
a
been
little
doing
head
it,
start.
and especially because of what direct enlistment can entail. So up until this point, for many years, faction warfare has been a very small gang oriented thing, right? The largest fleet in faction warfare you would see is like 30 dudes on a max ping.
30 dudes, that's like a fucking good Saturday night for you, ain't it, Mifune?
God damn it. Every time,
Sorry.
Greg. Anyway, nah. So the thing is, with direct enlistment, those fleet sizes are going to grow, right? Like even here in Goonswarm, we were considering doing some things with faction warfare on the side, and it's like, bro, if I get 50 dudes in fleet, I'm already wiping the competition away, right? So you know what I mean? It's just kind of a delayed release for purpose, and I enjoy that. So that's coming. It's going to be exciting. The next thing we're going to see is a brand new arc storyline. I believe that is supposed to incorporate with the high sec missions and also tail into faction warfare.
Oh, this is the campaign, factional campaign thing.
Yeah. So
So, for those that can't read, it says assist your empire in developing new transportation technology in a special world. Does that mean that we're going to be able to like build our own stargates and shit?
I'm not entirely sure, right? Like we can only speculate. In previous when the expansion first came out, we did have an event. If you remember back to November, Greg, before no, we talked about it on the show for a whole episode where we had this huge event between Calderi and Amar and everybody for various events in faction warfare space, and one of the results of that event was that Calderi now has a jump bridge for their faction. Like they have an Ansiblex jump gate for their faction in factional warfare space, which is interesting because you normally can't get upwell structures in Losec. So
Ha! That's interesting.
exactly. And so, in my opinion, when it comes to the factional campaign, if you want my honest opinion, if you look at the history of things that we've seen over the past couple of weeks, months, and years, CCP, when they were redoing the NPE for like 5 years, one of the biggest things that they pushed to new players was do exploration. Do exploration. Half of the tutorial focused on exploration and wormhole space, right? So maybe I think this is the next step where they shape the next mission area to head towards factional warfare, right?
Yeah,
Like
that's a possibility.
we have the Sisters of Eve arc that takes people into wormhole space and stuff, right? So what if this is the next story arc that takes people into factional warfare, right? For the new players, kind of shaping them to have that option of space. So I think that is going to be very interesting to see. Um,
After that, it looks like the Lunar New Year celebration in Chinese localization.
it looks like
What
for
does
the so it looks like for the Chinese New Year, which is the Lunar New Year celebration, um, it looks like that what it's going to be, it's going to be focused on the Chinese localization. So for the past, and they talked about it on a CCP stream last week, which I
I don't know what it means. What does Chinese localization mean?
it means that Chinese people will be able to go escape settings, language Chinese, and then have everything in EVE Online
Oh,
be in Chinese. So
that's awesome.
for the past 3 years or so that players in China have been playing EVE Online, they have had to use Python injection in order to get the localization in there. That's a whole other story. Hold on.
There's a Python injection joke somewhere, but I'm going to leave that one
Yeah,
alone.
there's somewhere. If you do coding, you know what I'm referencing. If you don't do coding, don't worry about it. Basically, all they're doing is editing the game files to force it to be Chinese text.
Okay, so when I type something then in local, is it going to show up on a Chinese person's computer
As
as
Chinese, yes.
oh fucking awesome.
After the Chinese localization, yes, that's how it's going
Yeah,
to.
that's so much fun.
That's how it's going to work. So the thing after that is the Eve Love Excel integration, where we're going to get Excel spreadsheets integrated within Eve Online. I am very cautiously optimistic about that. I am incredibly cautiously optimistic about that because Excel alone Excel alone, for anybody that knows computers, Excel alone has so many goddamn vulnerabilities. It is possible to hack someone's computer just using an Excel spreadsheet. So this, to me, I scream security concerns with this. To the average player, I just think it's a big fucking half-baked feature. I feel like it's gonna be like the fucking in-game browser, where they're gonna put it in there and it's gonna be abandoned.
So is this going to be like a third party thing, or is it going to be built right into the game?
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be built into the game. So you know how we have like the in-game notepad and stuff.
Yeah,
like
but
that?
I use this. This is my notepad, right? I use pen and paper. So like I'm an old person.
I mean that's fair enough. But
So
that's what's
like
coming in quarter 1.
okay, so this is going to benefit people that already use like spreadsheets, I guess, maybe.
This is gonna benefit the people that are sitting there in their work mining their ore while also doing calculations of what to build with that ore.
Now, okay, if I knew how to use a fucking Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, would I have to get a Microsoft Excel license to play Eve?
I don't think so.
All right. Anyways, it's probably going to be a nothing burger. The big fucking news is in quarter 2.
Yes, so that's
year.
our quarter 1. Quarter 2, we see only two events, but they are very, very, very major.
One's really
events.
vague, bud.
So
the first one's real vague.
The first one is an Eve expansion. Now,
it just says Eve expansion. That's all it says.
I'm gonna say this because I am gonna go on a pure speculation tangent here. This is my tinfoil hat moment. Okay, if you look at quarter 2 and you look at quarter 4, there's different backgrounds for Eve expansion. 2 completely different backgrounds, and I think the background image has to do with the expansion. And this is totally tinfoil, totally fucking like rim of the hat, fucking whatever. But for the quarter 2 expansion, I am going to claim right here, right now, that it is going to have something to do with the 4 major empires harvesting the power of the Triglavian suns. For anybody that knows lore and looked at Niarja after it got turned into a Triglavian station, what they did was they took a giant laser and they started making a fucking Dyson sphere around all the suns.
And all right, if you look at the Cold War thing, though...
Hold on.
Yeah, hang on. All right, go on.
So bear with me here. And then at the end of last year, they introduced new ore into Nullsec through the blue suns. And if you look at it right there, that's one of the blue suns, the A0 sun. And then as well, at the end of last year, during the faction warfare event, we had a huge fucking event where the Amarians and the Caldari were both harvesting the power of their suns in their home systems. I mean, come on. I think, to me, tinfoil hat, it screams to me that we are going to be able to harvest the power of the suns in EVE Online. I think that's what the expansion is about, and that is my tinfoil hat.
Interesting. And in the quarter 4 thing though, right? When the quarter 4 Eve expansion, it's got like a person that's standing there doing some fucking thing with their arms, right? Like maybe he's the Y in YMCA. I don't know. So I'm thinking it's more maybe it's going to be a village people crossover.
So quarter 4 we'll get to, but that's my tinfoil hat for quarter 2.
Yeah, I know, but you were comparing quarter 2 and quarter 4. So what happens, right?
So in quarter 4, right? In quarter 4, you got this person. They have their arms up, and in the background, you have all avatars. It is like all fucking Avatar Titans.
Yeah, I can't see that. I can't.
I know, like, the TV's bad.
No. Even on my monitor.
If you you gotta enlarge it. You gotta enlarge the image and then trying. Fucking
is that Earth?
I don't know. It is a planet, and then it is a line of all fucking avatars. So my tinfoil hat for quarter 4 expansion is I think that it's going to be a Total War update. I think it's going to be something that encourages everybody to just fucking go at it. I think it's going to be, because if you think about it, right, back in the old EVE trailers, the evidence behind my tinfoil, all of the old EVE trailers, all of the ones that have to mention war and the stories of Nullsec and everything, they all had the Amarian ship fleets fighting each other, right? And so I think the quarter 4 expansion is going to be focused on Nullsec and PvP in general in the game, and just fucking force people to go at it and have a brawl. So that's my thing with that.
They've got to do something really big this year because it's 20 years of EVE.
That's the other thing. That's
this game is probably older than you, Mifune.
No, this game came out in 2003. I was born in 2001.
Yeah, but they were probably like designing it in 2000, right? Like Hilmar was probably going, "Oh, look at that," right? I don't know how the fuck you design a game, but I'd imagine you do this a lot. I'm sorry. If I'm offending nerds and geeks, I do apologize.
So that's the other big thing in quarter 2. Is that we celebrate the 20-year anniversary of EVE. That, in my mind, is absolutely incredible.
Wait a second. Somebody just said "hucking the douche flute." I've never heard that phrase, and I really like it.
I think the 20th year of EVE, man, it's like God. We've really been doing this shit for 20 years.
I'm trying to think about 20 years ago what I was doing, and I can't think about what I was doing 20 years ago. It's odd. But yeah, it's going to be a hell of a fan fest this year, right? And that's in Ice. They have the fan fest in Iceland, right?
Right, and I want to go to FanFest. Like,
you should go, buddy.
I want to go to FanFest for the 20th. I gotta make it happen. Like, it's gonna cripple my money, but I need to fucking go, no matter what it takes. I need to go to FanFest this year. It's celebrating 20 years of this fucking game, where I have sank the past 7.
What's the biggest expense? Is like an airfare or the hotel or the ticket?
It's honestly the airfare and the hotel, right? Because the airfare to Iceland is like thousands, in the thousands.
Can't you get like a cheap flight?
I can get a cheap flight if you book like a year and a half in advance.
Yeah, like book now then.
I don't have the money to book now because it's still over $1,000. Like, it's It's a
Oh,
lot of
that's
money.
too much.
It's
What
a
about
lot
a
of
boat?
it's a
Can you
lot
take
of
a
money.
boat?
I could technically take a boat, but that would literally be like what a 5-day journey, if not
Yeah,
more.
and it's whatever. And as far as your
Might as well.
hotel, who cares, man?
I
What
might
you
have
do
no
is
no
you
no.
just
If it
no,
was
you just
if,
stay with whoever, man.
if I was gonna take a boat, I would have better luck going to the New Jersey seaboard and waiting for some fisherman to come back and be like, "Yo, bro, can I hitch a ride to Iceland?"
That's probably not a bad idea. But yeah, I won't be going because I don't believe in Iceland. I don't think it's a real place, much like
Wait.
Australia.
Hold on, Raiden. A McDonald's Happy Meal in Iceland money converted to America is $45. I'm sorry. I will tell you, McDonald's is good for the price. McDonald's is good because it is $1.50 for a fucking burger. But if that shit's like $50, like fuck, man, I'd rather just go to the bar and pay $50 for wings.
Well, don't bother. Just what you do is just eat. We eat again. It's the same thing with a hotel. Like, just find somebody to stay with, and then like go to dinner with people, and like don't order anything, and just eat off their plate. Like, there's ways around all this stuff, and it's all like pro tips from the way you should live your life as an actual hobo. So yeah, you can do Iceland on the cheap. Just get
Yeah.
there. You could even stow away Mifune. Why don't you try that? Do you know anyone that works at an international airport?
No.
God damn it. I think I do. Or maybe I'll help you out.
No, so other than that, we just got some small stuff. We got the Alliance tournament coming up.
Whoa, how do you call that small stuff? Dirk is fucking rolling over in his grave.
Good.
Dirk's not dead, is he?
Good. Dirk can roll in his grave.
No, wait a second. I invited Dirk to come on the show tonight, but I guess he's too busy watching somebody play Tarkov, I think.
Tarkov is good but difficult. I get bored of it, and then
I tried it. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah,
I was like, "What? You got to do what now?"
So we have the Alliance tournament also in Q3, which should be pretty fun. I think they just released the EVE Online January quarterly survey, which we could definitely talk a little bit about if we have some time tonight.
What a survey?
Yeah, so they every so often during the quarters they'll send out surveys to like 500 characters and tell you to fill it out to see how you're enjoying things, how you're liking things, whatever. Just for
I didn't get a
feedback.
survey. I want a survey.
Well, then you weren't one of the 500 pilots selected. Get over it. So they did ask some questions on it about the Alliance tournament. I think it might be a thing where they might try to revamp some of the graphic design for the Alliance tournament, like the overlay and stuff with everybody's health and stuff like that. They might be revamping that. So that'll be exciting to see this year. But that's just fun stuff. Q4, we have the expansion that we already dabbled a little bit about. My tinfoil hat is 100%. I think it's going to be all about war and
all right. So when they say expansion, like, could it be like major expansion? Could it be like a Eve 1.5? Do you think that they have that in the plans, or do you think they even have the capability to do Eve 1.5?
Well, see, that's another thing that I could get into, and I could go for an hour-long rant about how Eve 2 will never be a thing.
Please don't.
About how Eve 2 will never be a thing, and as far as upgrading EVE Online and stuff, that's kind of stuff we're already seeing, right? Like, as much as everybody hates it, that's the kind of stuff we're already seeing with Photon UI and stuff like that. All of these dynamic changes that won't put more icing on the cake, if that makes sense.
We do know that CCP is working on a first-person shooter. What if they are working towards integrating a first-person shooter as not something that is like part of Eve, but something that carries over into Eve, right?
Well, I think the FPS game is going to have a very strong connection to Eve. Um, if anybody here played Dust 514 like I did back in the day, uh, one of the planned features for Dust 514, one of the ones that you got to play around with it for maybe 2 weeks before the game got shut down. But back when Dust 514 was a thing, all of the battles would take place on actual planets that were named in EVE Online. Like, I could have a battle on 1DQ1 Planet 1. Like, a battle could actually take place there in Dust, and someone was able to warp their Titan over to that planet and barrage down onto the Dust 514 match, which was a really, really interesting feature. And I think that they're going to kind of go for the same style with this new FPS game, where they're going to integrate it into EVE Online, where the actions and consequences of both games influence the other. At least I hope that is what they're going to do, because that is something that is a very, very large task to do. And the I think the number one problem with this FPS game that they are working on, I think it is going to turn out the same way that Cyberpunk 2077 came into play. I think that we have been waiting for so long for an FPS game, and we have been hyping it up so badly that our expectations are just going to get crushed. That's my personal opinion. Ever since Cyberpunk, I refuse to pre-order a game. I refuse to get hype about a future game. I go into a brand new video game with zero expectations, because that's the way we have to do it. Because
Yeah, but
if
I
we
mean,
no
with a brand like Eve Online, right? Like, and with what CCP has as far as input from the player base, all they got to do is make it palatable to us, right? To the player base, and then design something that may be fun to other people that don't know what the fuck Eve Online is, and that's all you got to do.
no, I mean, the way I see it, and I've said this for years at this point, CCP, all you gotta do is copy Planet Side 2 into the Eve universe. That's it. And anybody in the chat who has played Planet Side 2 will know exactly what I mean. Just make Planet Side 2 in the Eve universe, and it will
So,
be
like, skin
perfect.
it over.
I mean, skin it over as much as Battlefront skinned over fucking Battlefield.
So I don't like I don't know. I've heard of PlanetSide 2, but like, what company owns PlanetSide 2? Would
It's a company
CCP?
called Daybreak that used to be known as fuck, what was their old company called before
Don't
they
care.
changed? Yeah.
Could Hilmar buy this company,
No.
or could whatever the fuck? What's the parent company CCP called now?
Perlibus.
Yeah, could Pearl Abyss buy these people?
Uh doubtful.
Hmm. Because that's another thing I was thinking of, right? Like, if you look at Steam, I bought a lot of dumb games over the holidays, right? With all the fucking Boxing Day sales and New Year's sales and shit. And I was like, what's good, what's not. And there's some games that are not bad games, but they just don't have any exposure, and you can tell that like nobody's really working on them. I if I was Hilmar, if I were Hilmar, I don't know English. Um, Buy something like that. Buy the IP of that game and buy everything that to go along with it. Say, all right, we own it now. Thanks very much. Here's your $10,000 or whatever. And there you have a basis, right? You've got something where you don't have to start from scratch. You can add and you can fuck around with things. So I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about game developing, but I think if I was in that situation, that's what I would attempt to do. Is that a feasible reality, Mifune, or am I?
I don't think so. I think Pearl Abyss is a South Korean based company. They have BDO, they have EVE Online. Whether or not they pick up another IP or a game studio is really up to debate and stuff like that. Um, and stuff like
Oh,
that.
what if Pearl Abyss, right, as a South Korean company, sells CCP to a North Korean company?
They can't.
That'd be fucking great. Imagine playing for our the glorious leader there, Kim Jong. Was it Kim Jong Un? That'd be fucking great.
Yeah, BDO is fucking garbage.
We could all get that haircut.
It used to be good. BDO used to be a good game, and then it turned to shit.
I tried to play it, and I was like,
BDO was a really good game in concept, and in its execution, it was really well done. And then the second that they picked up EVE Online, they turned to BDO into a pure cash cow.
Well, yeah, it's microtransactions.
It is heavy microtransactions. I mean, like, even the people that sink thousands of dollars into it still get in-game advertisements to buy more.
I mean, I still get fucking emails from Eve to like buy this, buy that.
Well, that's all BDO. That's all Pearl Abyss. That's the problem.
Yeah. Speaking of which, is there any Plex sales on?
There's not a Plex sale at the moment, no.
What is on sale on their website? Maybe I should have a look myself. Eh?
Possibly.
Let's see.
Who knows? But yeah, that's kind of what's going on in EVE, and it's a bright new year. So let's cross our fingers and hope CCP Rotati doesn't Thanos snap half of the PCU out of existence again.
All right, so hang on. We got the Capsuleer Retraining Bundle. You get 1 million skill points, a Specialist Boost Cerebral Accelerator, 8+ boost to all attributes, blah, 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 for 8 days.
Yeah, I mean...
And two free skill extractors, all for $29.99. I think that's US dollars.
Yeah, I'll bring this to the chat since a lot of people in chat have comments about this. A really, really interesting video that I suggest everybody go watch. It's by a YouTuber by the name of Josh Strife Hayes. He's a British YouTuber who played WoW for 10 years, and for a while now, he has been talking about MMOs and MMO gaming in general, and stuff like that. But he put out a video last month all about where gaming went wrong. You know, how did we go from releasing Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare and it being a good game and only paying $60 to buying a $60 game with thousands of dollars of microtransactions? How did we grow to that point, and who got greedy first and started those monetization options? It's a very interesting video. It's like 45 minutes long. Grab some popcorn and go watch it. It is beautiful in describing where the gaming industry went wrong.
I'll have to check that out. It sounds interesting.
It is.
We should mention too, Mifune, if you scroll down, we have some people here that you can click on their links. One is Fat Bee Gaming Sector 6 Apparel. You can get all your Goon Swarm Imperium merch there. Also, we are sponsored by Blue Yeti, Blue Crew products. I'm using the Blue Yeti Blackout microphone. I
Yeah,
think there's a, what's the little one called? The Dot or something like that? Not
yeah,
the
something
Dot.
like that.
Yeah, that's a good microphone.
See, hold on.
Also,
What I want to address
what?
in chat here because chat's going nuts with this discussion, so I do want to continue it.
Oh, okay.
Gamifier. Gamifier. What's really interesting is in the video that Josh Strife Hayes put out there, the first game to ever introduce microtransactions was a game called Maple Story.
Is that like Lemon
It
Party?
is Greg. It is a South Korean based game and it introduced cosmetic microtransactions and then pay to win microtransactions. And it is barely a multiplayer game. And it started the microtransaction craze. It started with Maple Story and it got popular with Fortnite. It it is just it is a I swear to God, I wish we could like go out there and just play the video. I have a whole hour long discussion about it because I could go on for hours about the methodology of of microtransactions in gaming and like what really happened in game development history to cause this. Um, but it was Maple Story that started the craze, and then some other game studios picked it up, and then Epic Games picked it up with Fortnite, and it went fucking crazy from there.
Oh, also some big Eve news. Some big Eve news in the Theta community. Welcome back to Mr. Ted McMahon-Fist. I believe he was referred to as Space Dad. Is back and playing Eve Online. He was in Theta the other night. So welcome back, sir. This is your baby. Mifune, you actually may be Ted McMahon-Fist's child, is what I'm saying.
I'm not Ted McMahon Fest child. If I was, I would. Yeah, Space Dad's back from buying cigarettes in the milk.
Anyway, so yeah, if you haven't checked out Theta Comms for a while, we're the same Theta Comms as we were before. We're a little kinder and gentler. We do have other people's feelings seminars that I run on Sundays. So if you'd like to come and hang out and learn about how to respect other people's feelings, that would be great. So we're getting to the end of the show, buddy.
Yeah, it's been a great one. Do you want to start us
Yeah,
off with the final thoughts there?
yeah, we can do that. I got some inside information about stuff that wasn't on the roadmap, and I don't know how to feel about this, but I heard that there was gonna be some more crossover, or at least one more crossover that they were going to introduce in 23. And I don't know how to feel about it, but it's just something that we can either look forward to or not look forward to. Like the Doctor Who crossover wasn't too bad, I guess, because really, what the fuck did you have to do?
No, the Doctor Who event wasn't bad. I think what went wrong with the Doctor Who event is that it the timing, right? The Doctor Who event happened when the numbers were low.
Oh yeah, yeah, we were like
We were in the
right right at the bottom, eh?
we were in the middle of fucking scarcity. It was not the right time to spend developers' time on Doctor Who when they could have been spending it in more important areas. But I do think that now that they have started to kind of realize what's important and what's not important, I do believe that it can be time for more special events and crossovers to open up. It was in the January quarter survey. I am very excited to see what events and what special events come next. I would kill the life of me to see a Star Wars Eve crossover. It's
No, no, no.
probably
Hey, see
Disney
this.
Disney
It's
ain't gonna
too
let it
predictable.
happen, No, no, no.
It's predictable. You have to go something unpredictable. Like, have you seen that show Wednesday? That would be a great fucking crossover. And like, I don't know who owns the Addams family. Like, who owns the rights for Wednesday Addams? Like, that'd be fucking awesome. You know, all the fucking little girls that we get playing.
No, I think it is 100% possible.
Yeah, me too.
I am crossing my fingers in hopes that Disney reaches out to CCP all of a sudden and goes, "Yo, Star Wars Eve space game crossover." Spaceballs too. Like, get Rick Moranis out in the field. Get him to fucking act again, please.
Famous Canadian Rick Moranis.
I miss seeing Rick Moranis in movies, man.
Yeah. All right. So Mifune, what do you got to take us home tonight? Well, right. First of all, we got to give a big shout out to Dawn in DC. I really hope that you got checked into your hotel room, Dawn. And if you're listening, please behave, Dawn.
I'll be there tomorrow morning.
What time are you getting in tomorrow morning, Mifune?
I'm getting in at 3 p.m. My train takes off at 6:30.
A fucking train?
Yeah. So
I think somebody would send a car for you.
I only live 2 states away from DC, right?
That's what I mean. You think CCP would send a car for you?
So the thing is that I am going to DC. I leave tomorrow morning. I actually am packing right after the stream. If anybody watching the stream is going to DC, please message me. I'd love to hang out. This is one of the very few Eve meets that are actually cheap for me. So I'd love to catch as many people as I can. So feel free to ping me on Discord tonight, tomorrow morning, doesn't matter. I'll find a time slot for us to go grab a beer. It's going to be great. Me and Don are hitting the bar as soon as after I check in. So
it sounds like it's going to be a good time. I really hope you enjoy yourself.
Dude, it's going to be great. I am so excited for this shit. So it's going to be fun. So I'll see y'all at DC. For my Eve dudes, go out there and get some fights. Put down the Rorqual for an hour and go roam into MJ5. Go blow up in a glorious ball of Valhalla while you kill one of their Redding Paladins.
Or just roam in a Rorqual. No, actually, don't do that. Don't do that. If you're in like Horde or not Goons, go fucking roam in a Rorqual.
If you do want to roam in your Rorqual, I do have a lot of capital core temperature regulators. I'm selling them for 1.5 billion. It's only 110% Gita price.
What kind of fucking shill is this?
It's only 110% Gita price.
Pasek the Goon with some gift subs. Thank you very much. All right, we're not going to let you fucking sell shit on the show. All right, as always, everyone, remember, be good, but if you can't be good, be careful.
Absolutely. Have a good night, everybody. We'll catch you next week here on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, midnight Eve time. We'll catch you all next week, and goodbye.